That's my daughter. That's all.
Peace, everybody. Welcome to our podcast, Three Spiritual
I'm ready.
Chicks. This is season 2, episode 7, and this is part of our near-death experience um, series. And we have a special guest today, but until then, we're just gonna all introduce. I'm Jazz, aka Jazz the Medium.
I'm T, aka Rose Red.
And I'm Joy, aka A Joyous Connection.
So today we are welcoming a special guest, somebody who's very near and dear to my heart that I have known probably more than half the years that I have been on this earth. Um, everybody, welcome Brandon.
Okay.
Hey, thank you
Hi,
for joining
everybody.
us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, of course, we're all aware that Brandon is on here because he had a very tragic near-death experience that I happened to be aware of, and I happened to be there. Well, not when it happened, but I was there shortly after he was transported to the hospital. Brandon, would you like to share your experience?
Yes. Do you want me to start from the first amputation or
Yeah, go ahead, tell your story.
from my first leg? Well, the it all started with my toes. They had to get rid of them because it got infected and I had to work. I had no other choice but to keep going to work. They told me I had got infected, so they had to amputate my toes, and they took them. I started doing fairly well with the amputation, getting back on. Well, they forced me to go back to work because they didn't give me SSI, and I, I couldn't pay my bills. I had no other choice but to go back to work. So I went back to work. My doctor had warned me like if you go back, we're gonna probably start taking limb by limb, and I listened, but I thought I could manage it and still go to work, so I did. Come to find out, I couldn't. So they amputated my leg. My leg got amputated all the way, well, from the knee down. They put me in a rehabilitation center. I was there for approximately, I want to say about a month. So I was there for about a month. The day that I passed away, I felt weird and I didn't know, like, I thought it was the medicine. So I'm like, whatever. And I went to sleep on it. And then when I woke up, they told me that my heart stopped, my brain stopped, my organs stopped, and I passed away in my sleep. I saw some crazy stuff. And my dreams, well, I don't know if they were dreams or what, but now that I'm feeling better and I think I'm able to talk about it, something keeps telling me to tell my story. So that's what I'm here because I have to get it out, and people have to know that this life is very special, man, and some people don't take it that way. It really is, and I think I'm sent to actually show that miracles do happen because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not, and it wasn't easy, but it can be done. Like I shop for myself. I do everything for myself. Like there's no way I'm supposed to be able to do this, but it is because it's a higher power. I don't care what you call it. I don't care what anybody who they call it or what religion they are. None of that really even matters. It's doing what you're supposed to do here. And if you do have to get reincarnated to not come back as worse as it was, like not you as a person, but the outside, this place, not to be exactly the way it was, man. If you do, because I'm not, I refuse to be reincarnated. This is not where it's at. But I'm sorry, I'm getting off subject. But
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
It's
so I
fine.
ended up passing
Okay.
away, and this is like I said, this has been hard.
So
This has been tough.
we wanted to ask you possibly a few questions about your experiences.
So
Joy,
Yes, that's
oh,
fine.
or one of your, yeah.
Okay. So, I know you passed away. If you don't mind, and if it's too much, just you can stop or whatever you feel comfortable with sharing. Um, when you had your near death experience or you passed away during that time, um, do you remember the first thing that you saw or some of the things that you have saw, your experience of what happened during that time period that you were gone?
Yes. Well, like I said, I didn't even know I was gone. I didn't know that I passed away. So my dream or my passing away, I don't even know what to call it. I was sitting on a bench, and it's crazy because like I didn't understand nothing that was going on. And don't forget, this has been like 2 years ago. So, well, it's been 3 years. Christmas. This happened. My amputation was on Christmas. But anyway, yeah. So my only thing I can remember is me like I was sitting on a bench. The only thing I can think of is thing is the, like Forrest Gump, like that bench that he was sitting on the cassette player or whatever. It was like that, but it was dark, and I just see everybody going to like this door. It's like I couldn't see people's faces or anything. It's just shadows of people just going into this room that's like lit, but it looked like the moon. I'm not making this up. So I started putting this all together, like, and there was people. I didn't get reincarnated. Somebody told me to stay there. Somebody was coming to get me, and I woke up. I woke up to my doctor sitting, I mean, like literally over me with tears coming out of his eyes because he was telling, my family was there. Jasmine was there too, and they were telling me goodbye. They told them to come tell me goodbye. So when I woke up, I see all of them, I see everybody in the room, and I'm like, what's going on? And the doctors and my uncle had told me, like, bro, you didn't make it. And they told us to come up here and tell you bye. Like, tell, you know, send me off. So it's crazy. Like this the being of the soul tribe, like here, it's true. It's true.
Why do you say it's true?
I just have a feeling like nobody came and told me this or anything like that. Like I said, it's been a while, and things are just like lately just been coming to me, and I've just come to realization that if you are reincarnated here, you didn't do what you were supposed to do here. Like you were supposed to something that you were supposed to do that you did not do. And if I got to get it right, and if something's telling me to tell my story, I got to tell it. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So you're saying that
I'm
like
just
when
trying
we
to
have our
like
lives,
let people know like it's
so you're saying that when we have our lives here on this planet, if we don't do what we're supposed to do, we'll reincarnate and come back.
yes, 100. If you at 100%, 100%, and it's not even a heaven. Like on being here is not a heaven or a hell. This is more like a purgatory. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not getting out of here. You're gonna be stuck here. And some people don't mind that. I know people that don't, but I just feel like my soul does not belong here. It belongs here now, like right now it does, but this is not home.
So when you were in that place, did you feel like a sense of peace or a sense of fear? Were you afraid?
100% peaceful. I had no pain. It was the weirdest dream I've ever had. But I've always had like lucid dreams. Like I've always had dreams that, like once I found out I was in my dream, ever since forever, I could manipulate it. I could do whatever I want in my dreams. But this one, I wasn't doing that. That's why I know it was something different about this one. Because every day, every time I, since then, every time I wake up, I have like I'm not even dreaming no more, but it's still in my head. It's like it's in there. Like I can see me being there.
Mm.
It's the
In
weirdest
that
thing in the world, man. This if I have a problem, I'm gonna go. I fix it. This is one that I'm having a hard time with, which I get it because all the stuff that I've been through. But
Mhm.
like I said, it can be done. It
mm,
can for anybody who's that like feel like they can't do it. They don't know what they're talking about. Because if I can, they can.
in the place where you were, in that area with the half moon, did you experience any sights, sounds, sensitivity, that felt a little different than like reality?
Normal. Nothing felt like a regular dream or a fantasy or anything like that. It was so like it was so weird, man. The colors looked different, even though it was just the colors that you know, the red, because it was not no pretty colors. It was all dark colors, but the colors were still different. It was like the red was not even redder, but like I don't know. It's I can't even explain it. And the dark was like dark, but you could see in it. I can't explain. Like it's hard
Mhm.
for me to explain. That part of it because it felt real, but at the same time it didn't. It's like a whole nother world. It's not a dream. It's not reality. It's not, but it is. But it's everything at the same time. Like I can't.
Mm.
I really. It's hard for me to explain that. That one is very hard. And like I said, I wanted to get this out, but like to actually express it or like be able to tell it in words, that one I really can't do. It's hard.
It's understood. I understand. That's okay.
Definitely understandable. One of the questions that I do have for you, you mentioned, your journey, your life journey. So since your near-death experience, how has that changed your perspective on life now?
It changed a lot. Well, I mean, at first I would consider you couldn't tell me I wasn't a Christian. Couldn't tell me it. I don't care what you said. Even if you like didn't agree with me, I probably wouldn't even said nothing. But in my mind, like it's no way that you could tell me any other. Now, I like my outlook on God is totally different. It's way different than I could uh, like. God is not a it's not a single person. It's not even like even if when you pass, he's still not something that you can touch or hold or feel or talk to directly. The power of him like of that entity is so strong that it should not really even have a name to it. Like everybody puts a name to who God. I ain't talking about Jesus Christ. I'm talking about God because
Mm,
people get it twisted. But there's nothing that you can put a grasp on. He is everything and nothing at once. Like when they said that we are like treat everybody the way that you want to be treated because that could be you. That's not the truth. That is you. That everybody is connected. God is in every single person. Like so, when people try to divide like color and race and that's just dividing. Like It, it shouldn't be no division. No race or no color, nobody is better than any other person, period, point blank. Period. Because when it's time for you to get judged, you gonna get judged. And like I said, it's not even from God. It's his angels. Those are the ones you gotta worry out. That's who you gotta worry for. Because not only are they here to help us though, but they will spank you too. If you need that spanking, they'll give it to you. And I'm really believing that, and I'm really knowing it. Like nobody could tell me any other difference. And just like at first, could nobody tell me no other difference. But uh, uh, those people up there, oh man, if you if you really want to know, they will teach you, and you can learn. But you got to be willing to. You got to be willing to. You got to be open. You can't just you know the way we were taught growing up. We were taught. All of us were taught wrong, and it is up to us to find out the right way, and then install that in our next generation so they can do better. It's all about making this place better, man. Not for yourself, but for everybody, for other people too. And if you thought about like that is me, guess what? You ain't gonna hurt yourself, man. You're not gonna do it. And everybody has to live like that. I mean, everybody should live like that.
I have a question for you. If you were to give a message to everyone, or you were to share your story with to everyone, when you said something about not living your life right and having to be reincarnated back here, I'm going back there.
Mhm.
Where in your life would you say you went wrong to come back here? Like, what would you have done differently?
Man, I before this accident, Jazz, you knew who I was. I was an alcoholic. I took care of my kids. I raised them and did the best I could with them. But I was a functioning alcoholic. Like I didn't take care of my body, even though I used to work out and everything. I wasn't taking care of my body drinking. That's just 100%. Like um, I you know I did a lot of bad stuff, and like I said, this made me change because God, I consider myself God's. God owns my soul. Like the whoever y'all want to call him, he owns it, and he wants to make sure that it goes where it's supposed to go to. And that's the reason why all this stuff happened to me, man. Because he knows I'm a good person in my heart, but I wasn't showing it outwards. I have to show it. I have to be that person that he wants me to be. That's just point blank. Period. Like I said, I wasn't the best person in the world before this accident. I don't consider I didn't consider myself a real bad one either. But it was things that I could have tweaked before he tweaked them for me. And if I would have did that, it would have saved me all of this trouble. All of this trouble. Like I'm not blaming myself for everything, but I do point the finger at me more than anybody else. I mean, I'm just gonna be real on that because, like I said, I could have took care of myself better, and I knew better. If you know better, you do better, and I didn't. But again, Jazz, when my brother passed away, I started going down this road of I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about my life. I didn't care about death. I didn't. Nothing really mattered to me. So that didn't help. It actually it made things worse for me. But I had to start forgiving for me to be like, you know what you did to me was dirty, and I forgive you. Makes me feel better, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, I got family members that to this day, since what done happened to me, I don't even talk to them anymore. And these were people that I could have sworn would never leave my back, never leave my side, and they did. Like a lot. I've always been like I've always did stuff. I've always thought of myself as being responsible at a young age, even at a young age. But this made me grow up, like mentally, to know, like family is not blood, man. Just because it's blood involved, the passed away. My family, not all of them, but the ones that I thought were the closest, just cut me off. I mean, like when they found that I passed away, didn't even come to say goodbye to me. So I like that part I can't forgive, and it's crazy though because one day I know I will, but I'm not there yet. That is gonna take some time too as well. But like you were saying though, it's a lot of things that I went wrong on, and I do believe that I'm like I know that I'm not like everybody else walking this planet, and God knew it too, but He knew it before me. So this is the outcome of that because, like I said, now this is all that's been in my ears. Like, get this out, get this out, get this out, get this out. Just do it. Like, don't. I like we didn't. I've no rehearsing this or anything. Like, I had to get this out. I've been calling her like even texting every now and then. Like, don't forget about me. This is very important to me because this
Yeah.
is just it makes me feel much better too. Not only that, I'm learning what I my weaknesses now, like where never had to answer nothing like that. But it's something that I'll think about now when I even get off the phone, like when I get off of this with y'all, like yeah, and I might even just write it down though, just because like I like to remember stuff like this just in case. I mean, you never know. All information is good information if you ask me. So.
Mhm.
So I have a question for you because you mentioned something earlier. You said now you listen, right? When you say you listening to what they say. Since your experience, do you feel that you have a higher connection? Are you able to hear like spirit speaking to you? Like when you say you listen, like you mentioned the angels, like are
I,
you hearing? So how has that experience been?
it's
Like
been
you
it's
bring
been
you
wild,
in?
and the only reason why I say it's been wild, the reason I can say that it's been wild is because now I could tell you the difference.
Uh-oh, it froze.
I could tell you the difference between my flesh speaking to me and spirit speaking to me. I know the difference because the flesh is more on hurry up time. That's the time that the flesh is usually on. Like when you have to make a decision, if you hear that voice that keep telling you like make the decision, go ahead and do it, make it, make it, make it, make it, make it. That most of the time that's not spirit. That's you. That's flesh
Mm,
talking to you. But if you hear somebody subtle and that calmness, if you could weed that out, because you know the louder it is, the more that you hear it. But the softer it is, the more that you like shy away from it. Now it's the opposite with me. I know what I'm doing. Like I'm paying attention more to that that good demon, that angel and that demon that they say that lives on your shoulders. I'm listening to
Mhm.
that angel way more than I am to that demon now, and it stopped me from doing a lot of stuff. Like I said, I used to drink a lot. I don't drink nothing. I don't even have a cooler or a beer. I don't do any of that stuff. Like it's a lot of things that spirit has taught me like I could do that I never thought that I would be able to do at all. I mean, point blank, period.
So, when you first woke up, do you remember what you told me?
No, I do not. Oh, yes, I do. The who
So,
I heard say something to me.
yeah. Who did you hear?
Yeah, I heard you.
So, y'all, that morning I had laid down and went to sleep, and I had a dream that I was in this dark space. I couldn't see nothing, but I was in this dark space, but I could hear Brandon talking, and he was like, I don't know what to do. What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? I can't see. It's dark in here. What's going on? Um, can you help me?" And I was like, "Well, what do you see?" He was like, "Everybody's going out the door. Everybody's going out the door." I said, "Well, Brandon, whatever you do not go out of that door, because if you go out of that door, you cannot come back." So I woke up out my sleep, and when I woke up out my sleep, I got a phone call. It was his brother Jason, and Jason basically was like, um, telling me that his heart had stopped and telling me that he was gone, and that they rushed him over to Mercy Hospital, and I had to go over there and say my goodbyes. So I got up, hopped in the car, and went right on over there. They told me that his body had cooled all the way down to like what, 80 degrees, was it? 80, 86 degrees. His body had cooled all the way down to 86 degrees, giving out for some time. But by the time I had got there, they had a vent on him, like he was like on life support. And like a few minutes after we got there, he just started responding. And he still had the tube down his throat, but he was able to. When I walked up to him, I was like, "Do you remember who I was?" And he nodded yes. And I said, "Are you okay?" He said yes. And I said, "Do you remember me?" Because he was in a nursing home. I said, "Do you remember me bringing you some beans at the nursing home?" He usually don't like beans, but he liked my beans. And he was like, "Yes." And I said, "Well, my beans good." He was like, and I looked at his brother. I said, "He's okay." And they took the tube out. And the first thing he said to me was, "I heard you. You told me not to move and not to go anywhere. And you told me not to go out the door, because if I went out the door, I wasn't coming back."
You know, when we first started talking, I remember I told you somebody told me to stay there. It was Jasmine. She
So
told me not to go nowhere, so I stayed there. And next thing you know, I woke up. This shit's crazy.
mm,
You all right,
I
B?
haven't been the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good. I haven't been the same since. And like I said, it's not been easy, man. I'm proud of myself because I know, like, this has only been this has been 3 years, 2 years. How long? 3 years. And man, give me 2 more years. I'm not even done yet. I'm just getting back started. I'm just
mhm.
getting back started. So give me 2 more years. I'll be back all the way. I'll be the 20-year-old me, Jazz.
So I have a question. Jazz, are you able to elaborate on what's the word I want to use? Um, like how is it he was able to come to you when he was in that in between? Like, is there an explanation for that? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, is that, when you are, having like an NDE, or when you are, declared at the end, like, is there a way to explain, like, how do you, or like, does your soul know who to go to? Like, for example, like, because of the connection that y'all have, and because of who you are as a spiritualist, like, did his soul say, "Hey, I'm gonna speak, but I need you to go to Jazz because she's gonna understand and tell me what it is I need to do, so I'm still here." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I actually don't have an answer for that yet, because that is the first time that ever happened, and it
Mhm.
completely tripped me out. So
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure, but I always believe that in the spirit realm, I think mediums are like beacons. Like they naturally know that we
So
can see them
so
and
your
communicate with them, so they kind of naturally gravitate towards us. But
so
I'm
your
not
question
sure
is,
how I was able to be in the same place he was. I thought it was just a dream, honestly. Um, but you know, if we're describing what I saw, it was very dark, but it wasn't the type of dark that we have here. It's crazy. It was like pitch black, but you could still see like the shadows of the people moving around.
Yeah,
So it
but
was like
no lie.
it's a darkness I can't explain. And then the door that he's talking about, the light wasn't like the light that we see down here. He made a good reference. It is kind of like, like when you look in the sky, that the illumination that the moon gives,
Mhm.
like it looked like the illumination of a crescent moon, and you could tell that it was like an exit or entryway that people were going out of, because you could see the shadows cross over the light and they wouldn't come back. So you can tell that
Exactly.
they were going through. You can tell. But even so, I didn't see him at all, but I heard his voice and I know his voice.
And I
Mhm.
didn't
He was
see
like,
you, but I did.
yeah,
I know it was hers because I know voices. You can't tell me that my eyesight is not great. So voices are the second thing that I have on my radar. And I know her. There's 20 some plus years. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So I was just
could nobody
like,
tell me that that wasn't her?
yeah. So I just remember saying, I'm stuck. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I remember him mentioning, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I was like, do you see anybody? He said, I can't see anything. I don't see nothing. But they're going out the door. They're going out the door. I said, oh, don't go out the door. I remember specifically saying, stay right there. Because if you go out that door, you cannot
Mhm.
come back. I
That would have
told him,
been
I
my
said,
worst
do not
decision.
go out that door until I don't know why I told him until I instruct you to, but that's what I said. Do not
Mhm.
go out that door until I tell you to. And then when I woke up that morning, that's when I woke up to my phone ringing, and I woke up to answer because it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. It was his brother telling me that he was gone, and they had took him to the hospital, and we had to hurry up down there to say goodbye.
So that is definitely the definition of your porch light being on.
And then of course, like,
Mhm.
Hey, you know what's so crazy is that my connection with Jazz has always been strong. I mean, even past us having a baby, having our daughter together. But my love for her is not. I can't explain it. She was there through the whole thing, man. The whole. I mean, like every time not every time, but it seemed like every time I opened my eyes, she was there. Like, and I like I said, the people that I thought was gonna support me did not have my back whatsoever. But she's going to sleep there. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that I'm all right and fighting me because I'm a fighter. I'm not fight fist fight, but I'm over. I'm arguing. I'm getting mad, and she's right there with me. You better shut up.
arguing
I told
arguing
you to
with the
get this
doctors
right.
and nurses, arguing with the doctors and nurses. I'm like, boy, look, you just stop. You listen to people. You don't want to be that patient that don't nobody want to be bothered with.
And she got me.
You're
Yeah,
arguing.
she
Yep.
got me in check too because, like I said, even though then, especially with like the type of person I was, like to lose a body part, man, and know that it's not coming back. Of course, man, it'll make you crazy. It does something to you, man. To find out that your like my stomach, I had stomach issues, and like I couldn't go nowhere because I wouldn't make it. No, I wouldn't make it. I couldn't do nothing. Like for all of this stuff to start happening to somebody that was healthy, and then all of a sudden, like in the past maybe I'd say 7 years, like your like whole health just goes 100% down the drain for no reason. Like it ain't like I ain't have no diseases, no nothing like that, and it just happened out of nowhere. Like
Mhm.
it'll make you crazy. It'll take you out of your game, and it did. It took me out of my game for a second. There's nothing wrong with being mad. There's nothing wrong with being frustrated. It's how long you be mad and how long you be frustrated that becomes a problem. So I had to shake it off. I had no other choice, and that's what I've been doing. I've been shaking it off. I go to the gym. I've been trying to exercise. I've been taking care of myself. It's been about 2 weeks since I ate meat.
So
I've
you don't
been,
drink, you don't drink. You stopped drinking, right? How long
I
has it
don't
been since
think
you had a drink?
it's been seriously. After I found out that I was doing like I was gonna live, I had a drink with Anthony, and but other than that, I haven't had any drinks, like none whatsoever, in about 3 years. It's been 3 years.
So just to kind of give y'all a little back history, Brandon, he struggled, and you don't mind me sharing, right?
No,
He
I don't
struggled with
understand. We just
alcoholism
been
and
honest.
drinking. Yeah, and drinking, which eventually led him to diabetes, and hypertension, and his high blood pressure wasn't well managed. The diabetes wasn't well managed. Matter of fact, I was with you when you found out you was diabetic. What? I just happened to
Yep,
be there for all your medical emergencies. I
yep.
just happened to
Because I
be
be
there that
calling you
day. I swear to
every time
God,
something
that
bad,
is a
every
funny
time something
story.
bad
Look,
happens. Where's Jazz at? Where's Jazz?
let me tell you, he called me. He said, "Hey, baby mama, can you take me to Papa Taxes?" I'm like, "Sure." So we get in the car. We had to stop like 1,000 times so he could pee. And he had these eye drops, and he kept putting his eyes. He's like, "I can't see. I can't see." And he was thirsty, and he kept asking for water. And I'm like, "Polyuria, polydipsia." I said, "Are you diabetic?" He was like, "I don't think so." I said, "Let's go find a glucometer." So
Mm.
somehow we couldn't find one. So he ended up going to the hospital that night, and he found out that he was diabetic. His sugar was like in the 500s.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was a walking. They said that I was literally a walking diabetic. I've been walking around, and I should have been in a diabetic coma like a long time ago.
Yeah,
And at that time, like I said, my brother was passed. I didn't even care, man. Like the doctors told me this, and I'm like, if I die, I die. I'll be like, if I'm here, cool. I'll be my daughter. I got Jazz. I'm cool. If I die, I got my brother. I got so I'm cool anyway. Go. I don't even really care. Yeah, no, that was the wrong thinking, and like I said,
yeah.
I got
Like if I said
spanked for it.
anything to him without taking care of his blood pressure, his diabetes, I got cussed out
Yeah, I know
early.
every time.
Early, he would cuss me out, tell me about my business. But then I think the issues with the toes. That's when the issue with the toes came in. So they removed a few toes. And I remember him telling me like they may have to amputate my leg because they took the toes off, and I still got this issue. And after that, they amputated the leg, and he went to a nursing home for rehab. And I would take him food because the nursing home he was at was horrible. They were not feeding those patients. He
No,
was just starving,
and
so we would cook
not
and
only
just
were
take.
they not really fit, yeah, they if it was like starch, the full course meal was starch, the side starch, everything was fucking starch, man. And I'm like, Jazz, I can't keep eating this stuff, man. They gonna kill me in here. So
He
she used
sent
to
me a
come up
picture
there,
of
bring me food.
a little bitty piece of meatloaf, and he was like, "That's dinner." And I said, "Oh no, oh no." So, but that was the last meal I took him though. It was a bowl of beans because it was me and my boyfriend. We hopped in the car, we went over there, and we took him a bowl of beans and some weed. I'll never forget. And then the next day,
Oh shoot!
hey,
Yep,
makes me
yep.
wonder now how high did you really get? Yo,
Real high,
banana.
all the way up.
Sheesh.
I didn't even get a chance to smoke it. I was kind of sorry about that. Now, no, it's a joke. But yeah, that was crazy, man. Everything's all of that stuff is coming back now. I mean, that I hated that place. They were supposed to have. I was supposed to learn how to be like the rehabilitation. I was supposed to go through that. I was there a whole month, and I never picked up one weight. Never picked up not one single weight, no barbell, no nut. I'm like, man, I got to get up out of here, man. It's time to go because I'm laying around getting lazy without a leg. Like that's even worse. Like no, because I like after my amputation, as soon as they said like after you heal, we're gonna start. I mean, I was praying on my leg. I was exercising it. Anything that they told me to do, I was doing because I just mentally I knew that if I let that set in, that this was over, then it'd be over, man. So I had to keep mentally moving, and that means physically too. Like So
But let me
it
tell
was
you
time for me
something.
to
Next
go.
time you want to get out of somewhere, don't die.
Huh?
I said, next time you
That
want to get out
part.
of somewhere, don't die. Just
Yeah, I
check out.
won't. But yeah, I will.
This,
This
this show.
that was the last time. The next time I will just use the front door. I won't.
Use the front door. Because that was our last conversation. I gave him the beans, and he was
It
like, "Man, I gotta
was.
get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
Mhm.
It's terrible here. I gotta get out of here."
My aunt was
But
coming up in there. She was helping me clean. Look, y'all, I'm not lying. She was helping me clean the bathroom because they never cleaned my bathroom. I was the only person in there.
that
But
bathroom
it
was
was getting so like I have to keep using the bathroom, so it's like splash splash everywhere, and I'm like, man, I was in there cleaning up one time, and one of the ladies told me like, you're not supposed to be doing that. I said, if I don't do this, there ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Hmm.
So she had to go and
that was
literally get
one
the guy.
that was
Yeah,
one of the
literally had
dirtiest
to come in there and get one of the
worst
guys to clean up. That
I
was
have
that
ever
place was terrible, man.
stepped foot in my 20 years as a nurse. I ain't gonna put them on blast. I think I got a friend or two that work there, but that is the worst. One of the worst facilities I've
Yeah,
stepped
I'm
in.
not gonna put them on blast neither, man, because I think I get in trouble for it. There's a clause in there somewhere. But yeah, no, it was terrible. Terrible.
You don't want to have to go back. So
Hell
yeah,
nah. Cause hey, look, they
podcast.
gonna finish the job if I go back. I ain't going back there. That's why I gotta get healthy. Look, and it's crazy though, because when I first got in there, my brother called me, right? And I'm talking shit because he's like, B, they do crazy stuff in the old folks' homes. I'm like, man, it might be an old folks' home, but I ain't old, bruh. If they do anything to me in here, it's on like Donkey Kong. I'm talking shit. Man, they did me so bad. I'm in the corner somewhere, like, man, Josh, you gotta get me up out of here, man. I can't do this, man. I got to go, bruh. But yeah, it was a lot. This has been a this has been this has been something else, man. And I could do it with a smile now because I don't even look at stuff like that as like, oh, I've been through so much stuff. Man, it's all a learning. If I'm still here, I'm learning something. Like I'm actually learning something. I could tell somebody like, I bet you don't drive on with your left foot. I bet you can't. I bet you don't do that. Like I drive, I do everything on my own, and I continue to I want to continue to be that way. I don't want to go backwards. I just want to keep going forward. Like in 2 years, I want y'all to be able to look at me and be like, yeah, I didn't even know it was you. Even you, Jazz, like I didn't know it was you either.
No, but I can't be a witness by saying that since you've come out of it, you are like a totally different person. Um, I also want to ask you gifts. Do you feel like I know you said that when you came out of it, you could tell like when the voice is coming from spirit or when it's coming from
Mhm.
you said your flesh. Do you feel like you developed any other gifts after you
Man,
came back?
man, I'd be finishing people's conversations sometimes without me even like if I'm talking to you, and I'm speaking like you talking to me, and I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're about to say before you even say it. Like it's like almost like right before you say it, I know it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a long. It's not like I know what you're thinking, or I can read what you're thinking. It's like when you start saying before you start saying whatever you're about to say, I literally know almost. I could almost pick up exactly what you're about to say. Like I know if it's gonna be detrimental. I know if it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna. I pretty much already know without you making a facial expression or anything. Like I know how this conversation is about to go. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not lying. But like as far as like man, and I keep getting messages, man. And these messages are number codes like 123, 111, 11111, 121, of 0, 323. Uh, man, it's this weird shit, man. But and sometimes it comes up in my head, but sometimes I'll be doing something, then I just happen to look at the phone, and then it'd be like one it'd be Destiny's birth date is the one that I see all the time, like mostly all the time. 111. It's everywhere. Like, but I don't know. These codes, they keep coming to me. I don't know. I got a different, like you said, like you can see the difference in me. I know it's still me, but I even know like I'm not the same person. I got the same memories and everything, but I'm not I'm not that person that I was, man. And there's no going backwards. Like, this is who I am. It's weird and cool at the same time. I ain't gonna lie. It's different, but it's amazing at the same time. I mean, because
Don't
every day to me is a blessing. Every day to me is a blessing. Every day I wake up, I thank God, man, and I don't miss a day.
Mhm.
Some people don't know how good they got it because of the stuff that they don't got. But see, people don't look at the stuff that they do have. You got two legs, man. You got two legs. You got two legs. You got two arms. You got even me. I got two legs. Just one of them is not really mine. That's the only difference. But I still got two of everything. So I use them accordingly, man. If you got them, use them. Like if you got it, use it. If you got a brain, use it. Don't have other people using your brain for you. Make your own decision. That's what's wrong with this world now, man. People let other people make decisions for them, and that weakens our society. That weakens us. People should be on their own accord. I mean, everybody has something to give, but if everybody is the same, how do you give something to somebody that already like it's exactly the same? You have nothing to offer somebody that it's nothing to give. Everything's the same. So things are supposed to be different. I am supposed to still be allowed because somebody is going to look at this and be like, you know what? I be complaining too much. This man has went through all of this and he's having a conversation with three different people at the same time. Like, come on, man. I had brain surgery, real brain surgery. They went in there and they took a mass out of my brain. You know what I'm
That
saying? I
was
had real. Yeah,
that was
that was after
yeah.
my accident. That's when they found out. That's how they found out that something was wrong with me because they was like, something's got to be wrong with you. We can't find out what's wrong with you. They did X-rays on my whole body, then they found the mass in my brain. So they said, "Oh, that's where that's coming from. That's where the heart attack came from. That's where the stroke came from. That's where because all this shit just happened to me at one time, and it was because I had a mass sitting on my brain. So they had to cut my head open and take them up and take it out. So not only am I walking around without a leg, I'm missing a piece of my brain, and I'm still running around here causing trouble. Now I'm just playing. I'm still around here doing me. Like, so it can be done, man. And that, like I said, that's the reason why I'm doing this because this has been on my mind ever since I got out the hospital. I just didn't know how I was going to take the avenue, but spirit something kept telling me like get this out. It's going to benefit people, and that's I'm not coming back here. I'm going to do what they tell me to do.
Well, let me know what it is too, because we don't want to come back here either.
Hey, I'm telling you, I didn't make it to the other side, so I don't know how great it is. But compared to anything compared to this, has to be glorious, man. Because, like I said, I had no pain where I was at anyway, and I don't know what you want to call that. Because, like I said, I call this purgatory here on this earth. But if you want to, be like more specific, that's probably the closest thing to purgatory that I was in. And that's just because like I wasn't all the way dead and I wasn't all the way alive. Because I hate it when people say they came back or like are crossed over. Because to me, there's no coming back. If you was like if you die, you dead. There's no only Jesus is the only person that ever did that for real, for real. And that's the closest thing that I could tell you that like I did pass my heart and everything did it stopped. But
Bruh,
if I was
bruh,
really dead, if I was dead, I would not be here.
bruh,
Just period.
bruh, you were dead. You a
I
walking
mean,
miracle.
yeah. No,
Dead. When they
I
found
was
you, your
dead.
body was 86 degrees. Bro, you was gone.
Yeah, no, I was really
Your
gone.
body
But
was 86 degrees. Do you know how long it takes for your body temperature to
to hit
lower down
that,
to 86 degrees?
I don't know. I don't, but I believe, but I know it's got to be. I know it's got to be a lot. I
Mhm.
You
know
were
it's got to
gone.
be a lot.
When I went there, the nurse looked at me and she said, ma'am, I've never seen anything like this in my life. They
Nobody
had on
has.
like these heated blankets and they had like all this. It's like it was something in the bed that was wrapped around him and it was heat. And they
Oh,
had
the
it wrapped
blanket.
around him trying to bring his body heat up.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Um, sir, you were gone physically.
Yeah, I know I was. I just be trying to. Well, not even trying
You
to, but
had
like my
crossed.
definition. Yeah, like because I know I was gone. I was 100%. I was, but like I just believe that if you dead, like if you dead, there's no life is over.
Can I make an observation, y'all? Have y'all noticed that people like and maybe it's just me, but like when you can't think of words, so that you just make up your own words like medium chippy and dead, dead, like dead.
Right.
Not dead. I was just dead, not
Yeah, I was
dead.
dead.
But it all makes perfect sense because we know exactly what he mean right now.
Yeah. He said, "You dead.
Dead.
So we're getting close to our hour mark, Brandon. If you had to give any advice to anybody out there who may have felt like you felt because your mom died shortly before you went through that, right?
Yes,
You lost
man.
your
Like I
mom.
said, that was a great cloud over me, man. Well, not even over me, over my whole family, because I wasn't the only person that was going through this, and people were saying I was literally dying at my mom's funeral, and didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I was so sick I could barely even hold my head up, but I still went. And my family thought that I was trying to be funny. They thought I was trying to be funny, and I was literally dying and didn't even know it.
So what advice would you give to someone out there who may have felt the type of depression that you felt or felt, feel like, taking this life for granted or feel like there's nothing else that they can do?
Truthfully, anybody who feels like that their life is not valuable, that's the totally opposite of the truth, man. Everybody on this earth has a reason to be here. Just like every piece of grass that's on this earth, man, it's a reason why. And just because we don't understand it, don't mean that it's not meant like that it shouldn't exist, or that it should be a problem. Like my the most important thing that I want to get across to anybody who's listening, man. I mean, to like a headache that they can't get away from, to like amputations or anything that's going on, man. Like crying about it is not gonna help it. I'm sorry, just to be 100%. To get it off your chest is different than crying about it. You should get it off your chest, because once you relieve it, then you know that you can take action and do something about it. But if you always crying, you're not taking actions, man. Or are you taking actions, but the crying is overdoing, like it's overwhelming that action that you're trying to get across. So like, don't quit. Like even when you feel like quitting, man, because like I said, but all the stuff that's been going on with me, it was time that I laid in this bed and I said, man, I'm not gonna do it while I was doing it. Like you just got to put effort into yourself, and when it comes to your health, you are more important than anybody else, man. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of other people, because you're not gonna be here to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself, like like it was somebody that you love, like it was your boyfriend or your girlfriend times 10. That's how important that you are. That's how important you should be to yourself. Like I've really learned to love myself and not think that just because I love myself, I'm taking away from other people that I love. Because if you see how much I love me, you should just go ahead and start doing that for yourself too. Then we just be in love. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even got to be with each other. Like when I tell you I love you, Jazz, I mean that, man. But I don't even mean it like boyfriend, girl. None of man, I'm too old for all that. My love for people, or even when I say I love you, man, it's one of the realest things that I can say come out of my mouth because it has nothing to do with what I want from you. It has something to do with what I want for you. But yeah, that's what I would tell that, like anybody who's listening to me, man, to please like don't give up. Cause tomorrow you never know. One day I just woke up and just started feeling better. And the only thing that's different is I didn't stop. I said, like, you know what? If I feel good today, I'm gonna make sure I feel good tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I feel good the day after that. And I've been doing that. I've been every day I feel better, even though sometimes it's a hiccup or whatever. I don't shake it off. I mean, I shake it off and I keep moving, man. Because the first time you let it hit you the wrong way, it happens the long way. So you got to be on your P's and Q's with yourself, man. You can't wait until, like I did, the last minute to start taking care of yourself better. Because it's always a better way. It just takes for us to do it, man. It takes for, 'cause like I said, if everybody loved themselves to where they like it was just unconditional love for themselves, you'll have no time to hate another person. You don't have the time to. You love yourself too much. What time do
Mhm.
you have to hate somebody else?
That's right. That's true.
Like,
Well, I want to definitely thank you for coming on here as a guest. Ladies, did you have any final questions for him?
I just wanted to
thank
say thank
you.
you for sharing your experience, and
Yeah,
kudos to you for changing your life around for the better and doing what's best for you, and not letting what you've been through determine who you are today. So, thank you for sharing.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Mhm.
I'm serious, man. I really appreciate that because that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the right thing and be the right person. I mean, be a good person. And just because you be a good person don't mean that you're supposed to surrender or bow down to nobody. Because it's not what I'm doing. But but I will bow down and surrender when it to behind the scenes. The
Mm.
people behind the scenes is the ones that matter, and that's the ones that I bow down. I will bow down to. So like I said, I do appreciate it. And I'm really trying to get this message across, man. That we all are in this together, man. Don't matter about race, don't matter about color, don't matter about gender. Like even though I got my own feelings on that too, we ain't on. But it's not about none of that. Like when everything, and I can have my own feelings, and I can have you can have your own whatever. Just make sure you care and you love these people still, because you wouldn't do that to your mama, your dad, and you wouldn't do that to your sister, your brother, and you sure in the hell wouldn't do it to your sibling. I mean, to your kids.
Mhm.
So don't like I always talk junk about, sexual preferences and all that. Like, oh, if my daughter was with a girl, I wouldn't, I disown them. Man, that's what I say. That's what I say. But when everything's said and done, you're not gonna do that to your own family, to your own flesh and blood. Treat the person on the street the same way, man, and everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. We like right now we're going through so much war, so much hate, and it's for so much no reason. There's no reason for it, man. None. None. If you got a problem with another person or the way they are, stay your ass in the house. How about that?
Facts.
I want to thank you for coming on. We are
Thank
at
you.
our hour mark. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you have a near death experience that you would like to share with us, please email us at 3spiritualchicks. It's the number 3 spiritualchicks at gmail.com. And we can have you on as a guest. or you can email your experience to us and we can talk about it on an episode.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. Peace.
Thank you.
Brenda's
Thank
doing online.
you.
Thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank you.
Love you
Thank you.
too.